They asked me to come up here to introduce someone, to introduce a couple. And you know what? I don't think we all, David Hart and Taylor Hart would deal with it. But you can't do this without having a great man.
Yeah.
You need someone to stir the shit. Woo! I have so many stories, but there's one very short story before I bring this amazing couple. When you're building your business, at one point something don't go right, correct? At one point you're getting all these no's. At one point you're getting all some people that are doing some stuff that are like, damn, I gotta work with this. And in your mind you start shit. So I remember this one time, I called Todd. I said, Todd, I have a partner, and he just signed a partner, and they don't get along. What do I do? He said, well, why don't you talk to him now? I'm like, yeah, well, what's the problem? I said, you're right. You're right. Recruiting is the answer. Have you guys ever heard talk about Rita? Rita's the best friend. Recruiting is always the answer. No matter what happens to your business, if you recruit another person, you'll have a solution. Trevoyan, at one point, they didn't talk about it. When you did that shit, everybody left for one. Imagine your business going on to zero and saying, I'm staying here. Some people lose one partner and they say, ooh, I'm not going to make it. Imagine you lose everything and you stand still. And we are blessed. All of you here, you have asked every time at one point putting his phone number on the Zoom. I said, what would you do that? I really know. He said, I'm here. I'm here for everything. You have the best leader to lead us for everywhere you want to go. We have the best of the best, always available, always doing what you have to do to help every single one of us. So, you guys are going to help me right now. Everybody stand up because we need to give back to this couple right now. Everybody stand up. Everybody, we believe in everybody. We believe in the Lord, we believe in Jesus, and we believe in Him, we believe in His wife to lead us to where we want to go. So, without much further ado, you know what I say, the number one couple of Trevoyan. Make some noise for Todd and Gina Trey! Let's go!
you for this room today. It is so humbling and so honorable that we are here to help you. It's amazing. Love you all too. Todd and I are almost 14 years with this company, and it's been an amazing blessing. And you heard Daniel, you heard Deborah, and a few of the others here over there. I mean, at one point, we were in a room with 60 people. So this is just truly amazing. And it's all because of the amazing couple, David and Annette Hart. Thank you, David and Annette. They have the vision, the tenacity, believe in God, and they continue to fight to keep this company going. And they have transformed and changed our lives, and like so many others are today. You know, Cynthia talked a little bit today, and you heard from Adela also talking about the power of women. And it's true, a very strong topic for Adela, all about the power of women. Okay, I want to make sure that's working. So I have to talk to all the women here, my million-dollar girlfriends, for the next few minutes. All of you women and million-dollar girlfriends, stand up! Now what do you think? These gentlemen, this is the power of women in business. It is very powerful. Women dominate network marketing, and we are dominating tomorrow. 90 million women around the globe are in network marketing today. And that number will double over the next 10 years. So think about that. 25,000 women join network marketing every day. Every day. And those women will collect total $118 billion in commissions annually. That's more than the entire movie industry. So network marketing for women, we've already shouted that past ceiling. This is the one industry where we have the home field advantage because we're natural networkers. We love to talk to people, we have compassion, we support and lift each other up. So we dominate network marketing. And for women, it's more than just a business, it's a movement where we support each other and we show others how they can become financially free. Our project is travel. Who doesn't want to travel? Travel is never going out of style and it's never going away. So it's the perfect business for women and moms. You know, some women we can join a health and wellness company because the newest collagen, the newest peptide, you hear about that all the time lately. Weight loss, makeup, or perfume. But those companies, you're always having to meet quotas to sell the product, and they're always changing the product every couple of years. So you're having to reinvent. But travel's never going out of style. Travel is the biggest industry in the world. And women in network marketing is the second biggest, or is also the biggest in the world. So as women, we dominate the top two businesses in the entire world. Travel and network marketing. And by the way, 82% of all travel decisions are made by women. All of them have done that. In our house, I do all. ever see videos of the man just showing up and saying where you're going? That's hot. Sorry. So 3 out of 4 people who join network marketing are women. And 74% of our company, Trevorium, is women. We have the hottest company in the industry, and we are a non-driven company. So think about that. All it takes is 188 on your left and 188 on your right to become financially free and become part of the top 1% of all lifestyles around the world. That's possible for everybody in this room. You know, in 2024, women launched 49% of all the businesses in the United States. And like I told you, 82% of all travel decisions are made by women. So women control the 2 biggest industries in the world, travel and network marketing. Which leads me to our women's conference. We have a women's conference coming up in May, and it's going to be amazing. I know every woman in here that was here for the first one, it was more than they ever expected. Imagine spending 4 days with top leaders in our company where you get to learn from them, talk to them, hang out in the lobby with them, hang out by the pool. One of the things that we all did was look at the sunrise every morning. It's absolutely magnificent there. So I know I can speak for all my $1 million girlfriends out there. We are so looking forward to seeing all of you at this women's conference. And it's going to be even better than last one, and we are so excited for it. And thank you so much. Now, I do want to hand over the mic because I really want to introduce my husband. Danny, thank you for the amazing introduction. We love you so much. You know you were near and dear to our heart. Thank you. So I am the luckiest woman in the world because I get to spend every day with this man. He is my best friend. He's my mentor. I do listen to what he tells me, although sometimes I'm not the most coachable person, Daryl. I try to be. I'm learning, but he's the most amazing, giving man I've ever met. I am the luckiest woman to call him my husband, my best friend, and my business partner.
My wife is the backbone of our family. Everybody in our family relies on her strength, her faith, and she's absolutely incredible. I'm truly, truly blessed. Today, I want to cover a few things as far as business goes. Because who wants to learn how to make money? Yeah, baby. That'd be nice. Guys, it's funny. I watched The Price is Right. And you get a set of luggage, people are running down the aisle. You got even over here making $1 million a year in 3 years. I'm going to ask the people over here. Maybe they didn't make money. Who over here wants to make some money? How about over here? Anybody over here want to make some money? So, one of the things that drives your activity is belief. You know, am I in the right place? Am I in the right time, right? Am I in the right, so some of you that I'm just in this thing, I'm in this thing. You're not so thing, guys. You guys are at an incredible moment in time. So what builds big companies? It is when two unstoppable forces happen to collide. Okay? Two unstoppable forces collide, that is what builds big companies. For example, Google bought YouTube. Now when Google bought YouTube, they were losing over $100 million a year. So you think that Google wanted to lose $100 million a year? Is that why they bought them? No. Because they saw the explosion of online streaming going this way, while the cost to store streaming was going this way. It was declining. Those two crossed at a multi-billion-dollar company called Google, called YouTube. Two unstoppable forces collide. How about Microsoft? Computer power was doubling every 18 to 24 months going this way, while the cost of chips are coming down this way. How about Toyota? Back in the early 1970s, many of you weren't around for that, a few of you were. Okay? In the early 1970s, we had an oil crisis in the United States, which caused the cost of gasoline to go this way, which meant the demand for small, fuel-efficient cars went this way. And they crossed to a place called Toyota, a multi-billion-dollar company. How about Netflix? We have high-speed internet going this way, along with the membership economy, we'll talk about that in a moment, and the demand on-demand lifestyle going this way. They crossed to a place called Netflix. How about the iPhone, Android? Any of you have one of those? So we have basically high-speed internet going this way, everyone was getting online, and we have pocket-sized computers going this way, and they crossed at a place called the iPhone, Android. How about Amazon? We had trust in buying stuff online going this way, and you had fast global shipping going this way, and they crossed at a place called Amazon. How about the membership economy? Digital distribution, along with predictable monthly payments. Memberships that would save you money. Digital distribution going this way, the demand was frequently going this way, and the membership economy gave birth to Amazon, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Costco, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Adobe, Microsoft 365, LinkedIn, the Dollar Shave Club. All of these multi-billion-dollar companies were created because two unstoppable forces crossed. Today, we see the side hustles exploding. People are doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, all these things to what? Make extra money. The explosion of people needing to make extra money, along with the ability to do it from a mobile phone, they cross at a place called Uber. They cross at a place called Lyft. This is what's driving those markets. Then you have turmoil. You have this travel explosion going this way. I'm going to talk about this in a moment, guys, because the travel industry is twice the size as the oil industry. And there's an article that came out a few years ago. In fact, the article came out, it's right here, from Bloomberg Finance. And the article said in the next 9 years, travel is going to grow by $5 trillion. Now, guys, the entire oil industry only does 4.7. That means travel is already twice as big, and it's going to grow by more money than the entire oil industry even does in the next 9 years. Now, since then, they have corrected this. They said, you know what? It's not going to go by $5 trillion. They've already upped it by another $1.5 trillion. They're now saying $16.5 trillion in the next 9 years. 3 times the size as the oil industry. Wow. Now, what is driving that? It's called demographics. If you dig into the demographics, you have people like my children, they are millennials. And then you have Gen Z coming behind them. So millennials and Gen Z are people between the ages of 14 and 44. They represent almost 2/3 of the global population. Wow. So 2 out of every 3 people walking this planet, they have a different view about travel. See, in my generation, travel was a luxury. If we can afford it, we go. In their generation, It is a necessity. They want experiences, not things. They would rather go on a dream vacation than have a luxury item. That is causing travel to absolutely explode this way. On the other side of the equation, you've got the demand for income, but residual income exploding this way. And they happen to cross at a place called Travonia. You guys are not just in one of those things. You happen to be sitting here at the very cross of two unstoppable forces. Every single one of us are in the right place at the right time, but it's easy to not know that. It's easy to not recognize that. It's easy to think, well, there's lots of travel companies. No, there ain't. There are not lots of travel companies. You know that out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of network marketing companies that have ever existed, right now, this very moment, we're going to our 14th year. We will do $100 million in revenue this year. We are now in the top 3% of all network marketing companies that have ever existed in the history of the world. And we're just getting warmed up. We are doubling in size over and over again. I mean, our growth is going parabolic. We are not just another thing. Well, how am I going to make up? Or I could go do this, or I could go do that. You're in what's called a unicorn. If you are an angel investor who invests money, this is where you find an Uber. I put my money in Uber. I put my money in Google. I put my money in Facebook. I put my money in one thing. Who cares about the other 999 investments? It doesn't matter. That one thing made me wealthy because I was in the right place, right time, and did something about it. That's what we say. This isn't just another thing. When you look at the average income today, you have 40%. I know the United States never better. This is a global phenomenon, but in the United States, and this applies globally, 40%, 4 out of every 10 Americans, is currently working in a side hustle. They're doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, doing all kinds of crazy stuff to make money. Okay? And you have another 3 out of 10 that are looking. That's 7.2 out of 10. 7 out of every 10. When Daryl and I began our network marketing careers, you were lucky at 1 out of 10. Today you've got 7 out of 10 people either with a side hustle or looking for a side hustle. Now, you know what the average income of a side hustle is? Got a few stats here for you. You guys don't know, I'm a numbers guy. Here it is. 50 to 60% of all of the side hustles earn under $200 per month. 20 to 25% will earn $200 to $999 a month. 10 to 15% will earn $1,000 per month. And only 5 to 7% will earn $2,000 a month. And ain't none of them earning either income. Ain't none of them earning Grand Marina income. Ain't none of them earning Ben and Mariana income. In fact, if they don't go to work tomorrow, there's no money. And we're living in an economy where residual income used to be a luxury. It is no longer a luxury. Today it has become a necessity.
That's right.
And it's because the game has changed. You know, I was born in 1970. I graduated high school in 1989. And I grew up with those TV shows. You know, one person working, just one. And they had a great house, great cars, great vacations. They paid the bills. No one was worried about paying the bills. There was no stress. No one was worried about getting laid off with AI. You'd be at one company, you'd be there your entire life. You get promoted along the way, and eventually you have this great pension that you can walk away with. Life is great. Does that sound like the reality today? No. In fact, the problem today is we've gone from the 1 income family to the 2 income family to the 3 income family to the 4 income family. We've got mom and dad working full time. They're driving Uber on the weekends, and 7 out of 10 are not even middle class. Think about that. We went from one person working or middle class to today, mom and dad working full time, driving Uber on the weekends, and they're not even middle class. The average household income in the United States, and I know we have people from outside the U.S., this is a global phenomenon. I'm certainly giving you the U.S. numbers, I know the best. The average household income in the U.S. is 80 grand a year. To be middle class requires an income of 120,000. That is a $40,000 gap, and it's getting wider every year. Why? Because the cost of expenses are going this way. You know, when I was a kid, you could buy a house for $30,000, now they're 400 grand. The housing cost is 10x, while wages have only gone up a little bit. So the gap is getting wider every single year. The only way you're going to close that gap is residual income. Yeah. Now, who agrees with that? This guy right here. By the way, this guy happens to own Virgin Airlines, Virgin Galactic, putting people in space. He's a billionaire, one of the most iconic entrepreneurs in the entire world. And this is his quote. I have all 3 languages. All the jobs in the future, in the next 20 to 30 years, will be created by network marketing entrepreneurs just like you. Now, your friends and family don't know that. They think, oh, you're one of the things. He's one of the things. They don't know what you know. They don't realize the trends. They only know, well, my neighbor said it was bad. Yeah. Your neighbor have any money? No, he's broke. You're taking financial advice from him, right? How about this guy here? Mark Zuckerberg, the second richest man in the entire world. This quote on the screen, it's in all 3 languages, is the fundamental principle upon which he built his business. People influence people. Nothing influences people more than the recommendation of a trusted friend. A trusted referral is the holy grail of advertising. He used a network marketing model to build Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all of you participated. They've never advertised, ever. And yet half the world's population is on their platform. How do you get half the world's population on your platform and you've never advertised? And people think back and they're like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I told my friends, who told their friends, who told their friends, who told their friends, you did it for free. Mark Zuckerberg tricked half the world's population into becoming a network marketer, and he did it for free. And we say, wow, Mark, well done, well done. That's a reputable company. Man, I love Mark. Man, Mark's got some money. Man, Mark just bought a brand new yacht. He's doing well. Well done. Here comes David Hart, using the exact same model. If you'll tell your friends how you booked that last trip for 50, 70% off, you send me a referral, you send me some business, I'm going to share the money with you. And people are, oh, don't bring that stuff near me. No, I don't want to do that. Whose side are you on? This is the same principle as Mark became the second richest man in the world. And then you get this guy. He's the 7th richest man in the world. It's in all 3 languages. That's his quote. Unless you find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. Now, why would Warren Buffett, he's 95 years old, for $200 billion, he's an elder statesman. Why would he say something so shocking, so abrasive, so in your face? He's literally trying to just slap you and tell you guys the old rules no longer apply. Nope. The rules that told you go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a job, it's all going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay, and today people are figuring that out. So not everyone's going to buy your story, but don't buy their story. Know that you are on the right side of the trends. You are on the right side of the issue. You are in the right place at the right time, and all you got to do is go to work. Now, I did it. I talked to 10, 20 people, they all said no. Nobody wants my product. Nobody wants to sign up. I don't know how we're going to listen to me. Netflix has 320 325 million subscribers. 325 million. How many of y'all have Netflix? Half the rooms and half the hands this room is lit up. Man, I love me some Netflix. That company does 40 billion. But only 4% of the global population has ever signed up for Netflix. That means that 96% of the population said no. 96%, not for me. Now you think Netflix is over there? Daryl, how come nobody likes my streaming service? They won't sign up. They told me no. Oh, they're too busy counting their billions. They're not worried about the ones that said no. They're worried about the ones that said yes. How about Spotify? Anyone have Spotify? Streaming service? 750 million users. Only 290 million pay. That's 3.5% of the global population. That's 96.5% that said no. 96.5% said no, and they did billions last year. You think they're at home? How come nobody likes my streaming service? How about the iPhone? A lot of you have an iPhone, right? Apple is the most valuable company in the entire world. And only 20% of the population has an iPhone. 80% said no. And how about this guy? Tesla. Okay? Only 0.1%. 0.1. Not 10%. Not 5. Not 1%. 0.1% of the population has ever bought a Tesla. And that made him the richest man in the world. You think he's at home? 99.9% said no. How come nobody likes my cars? Nobody wants a Tesla. No, he's too busy ordering his next yacht. You don't need everybody. You just need Darryl Robinson one way and Eager in the other. You don't need everybody. It's a numbers game. And if you want to get wealthy, there's a very, very simple formula. Very simple. And a lot of people share it in different ways this weekend. Number one, you need to read 5 to 10 pages of the good book every day. Not every other day, not when you feel like it. 5 to 10 pages every single day. You have to listen to 15 minutes of audio every single day. Not every other day, every day. You have to talk to 3 to 5 new people every single day. Every day. 3 to 5 brand new people. But Tom Bell said no. I don't care. You just keep talking to 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. You just keep doing it and 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 you do it some more. And you will find your people. Your breakthrough is out there. Your people are out there. You still be here when they show up. You still be here. So, 5 to 10 minutes every day. 15 minutes of audio every day. We cross that 3 to 5 every day. You can't play. Come on, get me to read it. I'm in this case, they get plenty of meetings. And finally, save 20% of your money in Thailand. Save 20% Thailand. Another secret tip that can help you wealthy. If you spend everything you make, you'll get wealthy. Save money Thailand. Like Dave announced in June and I last year, and this is really because of Dave Barber. We made over $1 million investments last year. Wow. So we made millions in Mario. We also made millions in our investments. We had our first $2 million year ever. None of that happened. It's not a day in your life. None of that happened. It's not the support. It's a very simple recipe. Now, the biggest trick, the hardest thing of all, You guys want to know the secret? The hardest thing of all. You want to know? You want to know? The hardest thing of all, the biggest trick, is finding the right number. That's the trick. You know what I Google? I Google talked about it earlier today. Ambassador I Google, radio ambassador, talked about it earlier today. She says it's all about finding the right number. It took about a few years to find the right number. It took me a long time to find the right number. These numbers don't come along every day. The ones that stick around, the ones that are 14 years old, going to $1 billion. That doesn't happen every day. That's rare. It's special. It's easy to take it for granted. It's easy to think, well, there's another one. No, there ain't. There ain't another one. You will probably, most likely, have a 99% chance of never having a better chance than this right now in your entire life. Woo! This is it. This is the moment you go all in. And you have the most incredible leader I've ever met in my life, in David Harper. You need one of those guys that you need those Steve Jobs. You know, he did the Apple computer, did the iPhone. You may not know he got fired from Apple. And when he got fired from Apple, he did big stuff. Then they brought him back and he did the iPhone. He's just one of those guys. Elon Musk, he did PayPal. And then he got bored, then he did Tesla. Then he got bored, he did SpaceX. He's just one of those guys. David Harper pioneered the mobile car wash industry. Then he got to Denver Market, became the MVP. Then he started his own company, and he's now in the top 3%. He's just one of those guys. And when you find one of those guys, you crack on with everything you've got. Even when you don't agree, even when you're having a bad day, this is the one. And more important than all of this is his heart. We were on the way to Las Vegas. We were on the way to Las Vegas. It was me and Mike Bell and another guy, and we stopped halfway at this McDonald's. And we inside there, he's outside the frame. There was a homeless guy, and Dave was out there praying with him. Next thing you know, Dave brings this guy into McDonald's. And he says, look, where's the food? And I said, well, I'm not hungry. You're going to be hungry later. Where's the food? And he orders some food. And so they're in there doing the order. I go back to the car. I'm sitting in the car like, where's the gas? What's he doing? Next thing you know, Dave Hart comes out. With no shoes on. He comes out with no shoes. I'm like, where's your shoes? He gave them to the guy. That was homeless. He gave them to the guy that was homeless. This is the guy who's not only broken, he's got the heart for people. He's got the heart for every other people. And people say to him, people think you love me. And I'm very proud of you. Put it on the It's been an incredible day. You can give me some valuable information to help you succeed. Are you going to do what it takes tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year? I know this for a fact. I know that there are people in this room sitting in this audience that are going to become an ambassador, and and I hope that's you. And you. It's just activity. I do want to share with you our one-star ambassador home program real quick. So if you've been a one-star ambassador or above, you are going to receive a private vacation. It's up on the website. We've got some add a few things to it. And you can see right now is the penthouse in the sky. It's a very exclusive place that you can go stay out and become a one-star ambassador or above. And we have what we're going to do, if you're a one-star ambassador or above and you decide to do this, you're going to be able to take up to 25 of your two-star directors and above. If you choose to do that, it's an incredible place. I'm a big believer in rebuilding with people, touch, feel it, and go get it. Right? So if you have a one-star ambassador or above, y'all, you got to be a two-star director and above to be invited with them to go hang out for those 3 days. Next week, emails are going out to all the one-star ambassadors above on how to access the penthouse in the sky. And so the way that I see this program is how we look at it, how would it impact me if I was building in the marketplace? Like how would that work for me? Are you telling me I can go hang out with the guy that I'm following, and I want to become who they are? I'm a two-star director. I need to go hang out with them in the penthouses in the sky, and I get to learn from them the power of association, right? Are you kidding me? This thing is going to be a home run. This is a business built on personal relationships. So, if you are in the business, and I'm talking to people that are not two-star directors or above, directors, two-star directors or above, you want to get here as fast as you can. And then you want to press upon your one-star ambassadors in your upline. I want to know this way. Right? And then if you're a one-star ambassador, man, I would be salivating. Be like, oh my goodness. I get to go spend 3 days with my 5 days with my top leaders and help them build business and get to where I'm at. This is all about innovation. Well, this is no one in our industry is doing this. It's the first in the industry. I see something like thinking out of the box, right? And doing things that have never been done before pays better than ever before. And then once you do that, then maybe you want to go check out our home in the mountains. Do we have that one third camera? Somewhere there you go. There it is. So we have a Adela night, my sweetheart. We have a mountain
pool gym there, so we got first-class pool gym there. There's a wonderful shower with the red lights, we got a jacuzzi there. We got a day room. The day room is crazy. We got kids who like to go to the mountains with us. We got kids with all their kids up there. We got ping pong tables, big screen TVs with Xbox, pinball machines, pool tables, a theater room. It's just built for fun. And by the way, it is done first class. Mrs. Ella designed it and decorated it all. And we just put, we're in the process of about $150,000 into remodel. Just because we want to make sure that all Southern Baptists have first class experience. So, 4 levels of fun in the mountains. And we are getting close now to the deal on a beautiful home in Cabo San Lucas. We're working on very close. You also have access to that. You can rotate between each one of those homes and do the same program all over. So you're building great experiences for class lifetime. That's what our goal is to do. Okay? All right. So there's that. I'm sure that video. Let's go around to the next thing. We're going to do some rank advancements. And these are very special rank advancements. And when you become a one-star ambassador in our company, your income is somewhere between $150,000 to $200,000 a year when you're tapping into all of the commissions. You're talking about control of time. You're talking about having control of money. You're talking about impacting a lot of people's lives in a positive way. And so we want to bring them up. We want